This is Eric Rutan of Cannibal Corpse. You are listening to the Scars and Guitars podcast with Andrew McKay Smith.
G'day everybody, welcome to the show. I've got a killer chat to share with you featuring the members of Brazilian outfit Noturnal. You'll be hearing from Saulo, who's the bassist, Henrique, who's the drummer, Thiago, who is the vocalist, and I'm so sorry mate if I've mispronounced your name there, and the sole American in the group, Mike Orlando, who is the guitarist. Now, my opening question is to do with the Paul Di'Anno tour of Australia, which occurred in early January 2024, and the reason I'm asking it, Noturnal was his band. So there you go. So here they are. I enjoyed this one, Noturnal.
First question I've got to ask, and I'm sure that you've seen this, but what happened in Perth with Paul?
Oh my God!
Yeah, what was that all about?
Yeah.
Sorry to open with that one, but
Thank Cosmos I wasn't there, so tell the guy.
Yeah, the thing is, like, when something happened that is not normal, everybody got to know that. But we had this show, like, was the first show. We were supposed to rehearsal. We had all the planes messed up. We were supposed to be there like one day before, and we got there the day of the show, and we played. Then first we sound check was good. Then we got back to the stage. It was like nothing less. We sound check, and he gets a little upset when he's not here.
I was going to say, it wasn't you guys from the footage that I saw.
But he knew
Paul
that
losing shit.
He knew that we weren't listening good. Just complain about
people
this.
ask about Paul. So we had like a similar situation. The first show in our Brazilian tour, we played like 33 shows with Paul there in Brazil, and the first show was even worse than Perth. But the thing is, Paul has his problems, his health problems. It's hard for him to adapt, travel this far and stuff. And he has a very moody personality. So on stage, he's very hot-blooded. You know, anything can affect him. He's like, there's too much adrenaline when he goes on stage and everything. And in the day after, in the morning, he's a sweetheart and he's nice to everyone. So he has this side that people don't see because people don't live with him and think this, just paint him as this monster on stage and everything.
You guys sounded great, by the way. I'm not just pissing in your pocket. The sound that I heard from Brisbane and Sydney, unfortunately, I couldn't get to the show because I had some commitments that night. But what I heard from the show was the band sounded hot.
Thank you.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah,
that's good to know.
And that's the main. You can only control what you guys can control, right?
Yeah, with us, everything went fine. It was awesome. I just had the time of my life there. You guys are fantastic.
He also missed 2 shows because
I
of
missed
airlines.
2 shows.
I didn't have my bass. My bass was lost by the airlines, so I had to borrow a bass on every show.
You know what we have to? You know what you have to? What we discovered, the hard way, that the world is not prepared for gigs in Australia yet. No, because I'm not kidding. Because it's too damn hard. It's 3 days the trip. 3 days to get there. This is not normal, man.
2 days for me to get here too.
It's insane.
I know what you're saying.
So just half of our trip.
And so before
2/3,
you have to go. You have to be there. Like you have to leave a week before. We didn't know that because anything can happen on that. What happened to me was that the airline they just. They made me lose my flight because they put me on a flight that it was already delayed. So the plane landed long after the other took off.
Name and shame, who was it?
Yeah.
Which airline?
QATRAR.
Oh, that sucks.
Yes, sucks.
But you recovered, and that's the main thing. And for you guys, you're a global band these days. You know, from the perspective that you play all over the world, and playing with Paul is no small effort either. So the fact that you're able to rebound without your bass and without proper equipment and 3 days travelling and no doubt jet lag and stuff too, that's a good sign for you guys moving forward.
Yeah, but you know what we can do? We change all that in the field on stage, you know. And on stage we just brought hell to them, and they did the same to us, and it was really insane. We love to play there. I wish we can go back like
Yeah, but the thing, a lot of things like he doesn't take that too serious, but
Yes.
people do.
yeah.
You know, like he says something like that, whatever comes in his mind, but we're not in the 80s or 90s anymore. Like people,
I know. Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. As soon as you say
exactly.
one wrong thing about one wrong gig, it's like that's what they're like. It's like
Yeah.
you can have 99 great gigs and you have one bad one. It's like there it is. Told you that's what they're really like. Or
Yeah,
that's what
he speaks
in
his
Paul's-
mind, whatever he wants to say. You know, like,
Yeah.
and it's just like a lot of people get like, oh, not used to this. You know, like
Yeah.
not too polite. But he's a punk guy. You know,
Very,
like,
exactly. People
He's a
forget
punk
that.
guy. He's not a metal guy.
Exactly. Spot on. He is. That's why he lost his gig in Iron Maiden.
Yes.
He was the punk guy. He just wanted to do really quick sets, get off the stage. Bruce is more, well, he's the metal powerhouse, isn't he? You know, it's just the juxtaposition. But you guys, you're here now, and obviously, has it been enjoyable so far for you? Like the cruising experience, is it different?
I love it. I think it's been great. Yeah.
It's everything we want to, like, be in a festival, talk to other bands, do the network, have fun. You know, like, well, I was saying, like, music is more like about people than actually the music. It's just like a language, a way to get through the people. You know,
Connecting
like,
to one another.
Yeah, that's how we are connected.
And with this guy again, I'm so happy. Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Locking it down, the linchpin.
Yeah.
It's been a great cruise. It's just also, like you were saying, you have to adjust to certain things. You know, we didn't get to rehearse, and I haven't played with the band.
Yeah.
I've been in the recording studio for 6-7 months doing obligations and everything, so I couldn't do a lot of touring in 23.
Yeah.
But since 15, I've done hundreds of shows with these guys. You know, they're like my family. So you know.
There you go.
So now coming back, yeah, it's like doing the cruise, no rehearsal, get on stage, just go.
Noturnal.
And then like halfway into the show, it's like, all right, you know, you get your step. You know, it's like there it is. Well, it's good.
I had interviews today, unfortunately. I know you played at 11:30 today, or that was a scheduled time, but did it go well? Did it
Yeah, it
do
was
what you
great.
wanted it to do? And
Beautiful venue. It was called Studio B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really nice place.
And
Great
it's
people.
ice.
Yeah, it's an ice rink, I guess.
Yeah.
It looks like a small little arena.
I've seen it, yeah.
It's beautiful.
And we notice people here research the bands that come into the ship. You know,
Yeah.
like that was really cool to see.
They know about you
Yeah, many
guys.
people
Yeah.
don't even know the bands. They the moment they are announced, they go and check everything about the band and come to the show knowing the songs and everything.
And a lot of people saying, "Hey, I'm so happy that Mike is with you again," and everything. Like, I said, "Wow, people really know our shit," you know. It's like cool. And I must say that on camera here, that I'm so happy that you with us again, man. I really miss you. I miss this hand. The rest, I can't.
I missed the other one.
Take a figure each. There you go.
No, it's because we
we have.
not this. How can I put this? Because as Henrique was saying, nowadays you have to really be careful with what you say and everything.
Yeah.
But not stepping in anybody's toes. But I figured that this is the classic formation. The classic formation from Noturnal.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we have a bunch of formation schools and everything. Everybody's so great, but the way we connected is like, you know, like it just works. As he said, you have no rehearsal for a concert, and everything is running, chasing our own tails sometimes. But it's showtime. It's just connect.
And Mike wrote the songs from our last album.
Yeah.
So
So this is the album formation. We're releasing like
really
7 videos of this album. Just released another one.
Yeah.
And there's another one.
I noticed that yesterday, wasn't it? It was 19 hours ago this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shadows
24,
walking
yeah.
through.
There you go.
And we have the 2 songs with Portnoy doing the drum off with Henrique.
I was going to ask you about that one there. You know, how did you guys hook up with Mike Portnoy? Is it because he was touring, or what was it?
Well, I go back to Mike. I mean, my band is Adrenaline Mob, and we started with Mike Portnoy. So he's my Adrenaline Mob brother, and I love him to death. Obviously, one of the greatest drummers on the planet Earth. So, you know, it's the biggest honor and thrill of my life.
In a heart.
And it's just, you know,
Big heart.
Yeah, huge heart. You know, so we all love Mike, and you know, Adrenaline Mob went through Portnoy and then into AJ Piro, scheduling conflicts. Mike is so many bands, crazy, you know. And then I start touring with these guys, and it just kind of came into fruition. They had worked with my singer from Adrenaline Mob, which is Russell Allen, another incredible mammoth voice, you know. And then it just kind of, you know, we got in touch with Mike. Hey, would you like to do this? And it just kind of worked out where we did this incredible tour of, you know, full Noturnal show, half hour of Adrenaline Mob, because it was the first time me and Mike were playing together again in a few years. And then Dream Theater. We did like 40 minutes.
What a great gig, man.
It was insane. Insane
So
show.
just say that was like a movie pass in my mind.
It's just insane. So, I mean, for me, it was incredible to turn around and see my brother again, you know.
Yeah.
But they've always had great guests. So, you know, I think it's solely Thiago, as far as I know, who always reaches out to, you know, incredible people and makes it happen.
Yeah. So you guys in Brazil, I take it, you're the sort of band that just packs out 10,000 seat theatres. Is that what you're at that level in Brazil?
They do.
No. We're trying to. We're just moving.
They do amazing. You know?
Yeah, we do good, but not. I think that we're we're getting better day by day. I feel like that. The ant work, you know, you have to do the ant work, do everything. We produce our records, we direct our videos, we do our own media. We're that kind of band that everything is with us, and it's good because everybody hears their genius. So I'm so proud, so happy, so lucky to work with these guys, and even so with everybody having different point of views, we always manage to find something that everybody loves and be happy with this to put out, you know. And this is difficult. This is the most difficult thing in the band, I think. Not just the music.
The flow of music is there has to be a push-pull. Otherwise, it can't go too easy. It can't just be like, here's a riff, here's a great. Okay, sometimes it does come like that, but it's the push and pull, like.
Yeah, but
that makes something in a band.
We're happy to be
most
together.
of the bands that have a lot of people coming on the shows in Brazil, it's because they've done well in other countries like Europe, Japan. So people in Brazil say, oh, they're saying they're good, so they might be good.
Same thing in Australia.
Psychroptic
are far bigger outside of Australia before they did anything.
Humans
maybe a Southern Hemisphere thing.
Humans are like that. The humans like the unknown. So the unknown is something. There's something about the unknown. You know. We just signed to with Rubicon in Japan. It's a big company. We're so happy. We just
big reach into the Japanese market. Huge.
And so, and we have so much to come yet, and that's like having fun, you know. This is something that, man, I'm a producer in Brazil. He's a producer in New York. Henrique works with me. Saulo we work together. We work with tons of bands, and sometimes we talk about that a lot. That people forget to have fun. You know, the band is about the fun, you know. You you chose to be a musician, not to work on a cubicle, you know, not to work on something that you're not happy. Music must make you happy, you know. It's hard and everything, but you never give up and give up on your dream, that kind of shit, but it's true.
And to me it seems like, and you might agree with me on this one here, but so for example, on this boat there's 4 Brazilian bands. So it'd be amongst the highest countries in terms of representation.
Oh really? Didn't know.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm sure there's a bunch of American bands, but there usually is because that's just the way it works. But outside of America, maybe you guys, maybe Germany, then maybe Brazil, you know. So
good.
Brazil is, so I can know there's you guys, there's Crypta, Nervosa and Agro.
Yes, and I love them all.
And there's probably Brazilians through all of the other bands.
They work so hard.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
I'm so proud of us, of them.
And we saw Brazilians
so
actually coming to the
a lot of
lots of flags. Lots of flags. You pointed out in the pool there.
That's awesome.
A lot of South Americans, I've got to say, and
I'm very attuned to the Spanish. I know you guys speak Portuguese dialect, but I'm very attuned to the Spanish dialect after spending 3 or 4 days in Miami.
Oh yeah.
I just hear it everywhere.
That's right.
I think there was times when I was the only English speaker in a whole supermarket because it just could
I
hear
learned
it.
my Spanish here in Miami. Actually.
Oh, is that
Just,
right?
and that makes us to go play there, like play everywhere. I think the show is the best way to the band.
Connect to people.
Yeah.
Music
Yeah, absolutely.
makes the people
It's the
come
truth.
together.
It's the
Madonna's
truth.
will used to say,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I know. Well, what would you say collectively? Okay, so it's never easy. I get that. Playing music, never straightforward. But in terms of the most significant challenge that you face that you've overcome, could you say what that would be or describe what that would be?
That we've overcome. Usually sound check every day.
Yeah. I wish.
So, are we candid? No,
Yeah.
just joking. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
There's so much involved. Being like you say, being a musician. It's a touring musician. Being a musician is fantastic. Touring is a totally different thing. So we're always overcoming stuff. Whether it's going to different countries with these guys, or creating is one thing because we're on different continents. And writing this last album with him, it was a challenge because it started before COVID, and then here we are going to Europe and starting a 30-show tour with Sons of Apollo, only to do Sweden and Norway, and then the countries are closing, and threw everything off to the point where it felt it was 2 years away because here we are, we're trying to get the Cosmic Redemption train rolling, this mammoth thing and release and everything, and then other obligations creep up and everything, and I have to do all this stuff, and so that was a challenge. It's always a challenge. When is it not? Man, I can give you a list this night. But you gotta have the heart and the passion and the fire to just that door's closed now. I'm gonna go through it.
Yeah.
And there is no, I'll find another way around. I'm gonna go through that. And that's just the way you gotta sometimes be.
Yeah.
You gotta go through a wall every once in a while or knock it down and just say, no, we're gonna do this and we're gonna keep going, and no one's gonna tell us what to do.
Yeah, it's about music in general, but especially I have to say metal, man. Metal is so different from the rest, because it's so about overcoming situations, issues, problems. The day by day is so tough, and it was what I was talking about, the never give up, because you always have to find a way. But this is in life. It's the parallel between metal and life is very unique, because you have to keep moving forward. It's like that phrase from Rocky.
It's not about how many times you can get hit. It's how many times you get hit. How many times you get back up.
Yes.
And keep going.
And how hard you don't want to work. Anything else.
So the work is monumental. It doesn't stop.
No, in the end of our concert, we have the Rocky song.
Oh, is that right? Is it?
Yes, because it's a parallel, unique parallel.
Yeah.
It's so hard to be here, man. To be here, this we are here now.
Yeah.
This is insane. It's so hard. You can't believe. So for us to go, when it's like for a marriage, when we're on the stage, that's our sex. This is a moment of love, because the rest is bills, kids, driving kids to college, to school, all of that shit. And hey, what about the love, the wine, the candles, the sex partner? That's our gig. So that's so important to us to have fun on stage, to be happy, to know that we're doing something great, like with people that we love, because the rest, oh my God, it's so damn hard.
And keep the music going.
And keep the music going.
You say, to get
play with your heart
over stuff and how do you keep going. With metal, it's something that you can't stop. You don't change. I'm not gonna do what I see on TV or hear what I hear on the radio.
Yeah.
We're just gonna keep doing what we're doing, because
exactly.
that's the heart and soul of a heavy metal person. or someone who loves hard rock, metal, however you want to put it. I don't care how many.
Fuck the waves, right?
You know what I'm saying? Metal people are just like, well, there's no other way I'm going to do this. I'm not going to write any different.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I got to be like the guy on the video or the radio today. Nope,
Yeah.
we're just going to keep doing our thing. And that's what metalheads are so great.
Yeah.
And the whole genre is great.
And I think one mistake people might do, they wanted to know what the audience want to hear. I never thought of like I do what I want to do. Like it's just like pretentious for you to know. I know what people want to hear. You know, like you want to hear something today, and tomorrow want to hear something. Listen to different stuff. You know, you never know. Just do whatever is good for you. Touch you. Might touch another person also. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a funny phrase.
Can't do that these days. Really?
Don't touch.
You can't even say that.
You want to touch another person.
One more example of what we go through in this life was like our whole tour in Australia was already hard enough to get to Australia, and then we had like 5 shows on consecutive days, and we had like 2 hours and sleep at most every day.
Oh, yeah,
So
that's
we had to wake up we stayed late, packing our things and going to the hotel. I slept from 2 to 4. We had to wake up at 4 to go to the next to the airport.
So you didn't have a crew. You actually had to do everything yourself.
Yeah, because it was too expensive to fly a crew to Australia. So we most ourselves all the time.
And every night, put a big smile.
But that's the thing. When you get there, even with spending like 6-7 days sleeping 2 hours at night, when we get to stage, we don't feel any kind of tiredness or anything.
I did.
No,
Back it up.
Remember when we did Russia with Disturbed?
Oh yeah.
Remember with Mikey and everything? Man, it was like that was something like out of the head as well.
Yeah, but what it means when you get on stage, you forget about everything.
Yeah,
it's just like the adrenaline of that moment. It's that moment that you live for. It's like your life is there. Your everything is like it's like making love.
Yeah,
It's like that moment.
It's making love.
Hey, but I want to remember that the Disturbed the part of that tour because we had that on camera. We made a DVD out of this, out of that concert, and it was 3 special concerts, and it was like you could see exactly that. In Russia, people also they made research about us and everything.
It was 20,000, 25,000 people just chanting Noturnal or something. We're just like,
you
all right,
see
this
this on
is,
camera. You
you
can
know.
see that. So and we took our friends because we didn't have any money to make a DVD. So we call our friends and say, "You wanna go to Russia?" Yeah, but
Was this before the war or after the war?
no, way before.
Yeah.
And then we said to them, "Hey, you want to go to Russia?" And they, yeah, of course. How much is paying? No, you have to pay for your flight tickets. So I have to find friends that were willing to go there and to film. So nobody knows how to film. That was the funny part as well. So that's the metal thing, you know, like you find ways because that has to be filmed, and it was a great thing because in the filming, you know, it was good. He liked it a lot because they didn't know how to film, so a lot of the shots was like this, you know.
A technique that someone would actually.
So when you see it, wow, they're doing actually a great job. No, they're just so. And when we edit, it was like we had just. You know, the rest it was. So it's metal. Metal hurts, but it's good.
Yeah, metal does. Yeah, Russia. Yeah, was it as interesting as the media reports make it out to be, or was it a bit more? Was it easy to get from venue to venue? In other words,
It would, a lot of planes and flights, but I gotta say that the venues were
awesome.
incredible.
The people are crazy.
The fans,
fans crazy. Awesome.
All I can attest to is the metal fans there are awesome. You know, they just went crazy.
We felt so bad for everything that's happened after this.
There's something you could say now.
We even thought about putting out later because we had the first DVD in Brazil that was made in what's the name of that stuff? in Apple
Yeah.
Music.
Dolby Atmos.
Dolby Atmos.
Oh, yeah.
It was the first DVD that was mixing Dolby Atmos at our DVD.
Yours, is that
from
right?
Russia, yeah.
Okay.
And it was released by Apple Music, so big thing there in Brazil. But we even thought about changing the name to Made in Russia before the war.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But you couldn't use the word war.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
And the thing that not many people know, Thiago is the producer also. He
Yeah.
did the
Oh,
mixing,
yeah.
did
There you go.
the
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We work together a lot. Mike and me. Mike is also a producer. Everybody is a producer. They have a studio, wonderful studio there in America. They have a studio in São Paulo, and so we work together. Pretty cool. Everybody has that part. It's like a company, as you said. It's like a enterprise.
Yeah, and you're all in different departments.
Yeah, departments.
In a big company.
And they have their saying. I don't
Yeah.
mess with this music. But I say what I want to say. Say, yeah, but today is not. All right. And then and Saulo does a lot of things with the work, like department working, like to have to talk to this and that. Henrique does the live set, everything that, and I don't argue with them at all. I try to, but always. And then I have my part that I do the mixing and directing and everything.
Yeah.
So, but since this is something that's so part of creativity, we have to work together as
You
well.
trust each other.
We trust each other.
Yeah.
Yes, I trust him a lot. I have to tell this in camera that I felt so. That was one of the things that you took me by the ear, said, no, you won't do that. That was our first song, Try Harder. You were like, you hated a singing that I sang. Do you remember? You say, no, never, no. You didn't just, and I said, but I like it. This is something that I did with so much cherish. I said, no, man, you can try again. Listen, the name of the song is Try Harder, right? So try harder. And I found it so funny. I said, you know what? He's right. So I found another, man, I spent like a week doing the lines, and then I found something. I sent to them like trembling my finger, the same thing. All right, and he liked it. And you know what? It's one of the best parts of the whole CD. I love it.
Right.
So it's the part of you just trust the people. Sometimes it's not about forget about ego, forget about pride, forget about everything. It's about the music.
Yeah.
gotta be open.
You gotta be open.
Yeah, but you to the point that I've made, I suppose, in trust. If you've got someone in the band who maybe is interested in continually pushing their own ideals and their own ideas above somebody else's, and you all know that, but you just suffer through it because they're an excellent guitarist. I've been in band. I'm a musician too. I've been in bands like that, and you just go, okay, we'll do it, but eventually everything fails.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, because it's not just about
Yeah.
to be a good musician. That's one small part.
The musician aspect of it is almost just a given. Like, you're all
Yeah.
very good musicians. It's all right. You go, we know you're a good bass player, for example. Like, okay, so that's a given. So it's the other coin. It's like the personal side of it. that really
Exactly.
counts.
You have to, with my studio in New York, clients will come to me, I love this Noturnal album, this that you do. Okay, great, yeah, sure. I did it, I mixed it up. I got you. I'll give you that. And they have to trust you to, sometimes as a producer, I'll make somebody have to do something as many times as I think it should be done. And I always say to them, you might hate me during the day, but at the end of the day, when I comp it together and press play, you're gonna love it. And they always do, because that's the learning of the trust. You have to just let some stuff go. Trust me, I got you.
What's the most prominent record you've worked on?
I've been so honored.
Nocturnal.
There you go.
Some of my favorites are with Mr. Portnoy, with Mike, the beginnings of Adrenaline Mob with Omerta, and we came out swinging on EMI, and it was just an incredible, undertaking, that band. So those are some of my dear ones, but we have lots of Adrenaline Mob albums through the years, and so they're some of my favorites. My solo CDs as well. Before Adrenaline Mob, I was a huge clinic touring clinician. For guitar myself, so traveling all over the world.
Did you work a lot with Rob Caggiano?
It's funny. Rob's. I know Rob very well. He's a New Yorker, fellow
Yeah.
New Yorker. His band now that he used to be in, called the Boiler Room, they're back together and they're in my studio now recording a new album. Not with Rob. It's just a funny thing you say that because I'm working on the new Boiler Room album and the singer put the band back together.
Yeah, okay.
But Rob's a great guy, great guitar player, love him. You know, fellow New Yorker.
There you go. Yeah. Oh, New York's birthplace of so much great music.
Oh
you know.
man,
Yes.
my God.
Yeah.
It's got that era of Sick of It All and Life of Agony and those bands. That was one of my formative years when I really came to age in the 90s. And
I do
love
like it a lot.
There's so many great guitar players, and you know, you speak of albums that I've been honored to be on. I did this Disney Guitar Heroes album for Disney, and
Right.
myself and Zach Wilde and Paul Gilbert. You know, all these incredible players and Phil X,
A bunch of
stuff like
students.
that. You know, just an honor to be on. You know, stuff like that. So, and then fast forward, Cosmic Redemption. You know,
there you
just
go. Great
an
album, by the way. Yeah, I was
incredible
listening to
album.
it this morning and I made sure I had a good listen to it before we had the chat.
Oh, thank you.
Really,
Killer stuff. I mean, it's world class. When you get to that point when you got an album like that,
yeah.
the rest,
that's-
generally speaking, takes care of itself. You just got to do the live stuff, and what you guys are doing with Paul Di'Anno and the like, that gets your name out there even again. It's just honestly, I know we've talked about it a bit, but it's just that hard work aspect of it,
Yeah.
isn't there? Afterwards, you've just got to work hard and go to the territories, and to your collective points about having 2 hours sleep. It's just that's
You gotta
what it
play,
takes.
you gotta play
Yeah.
live.
Yeah, you
But
gotta get out
for
there.
us, it's a huge checkpoint to be here, you know?
Yeah.
70,000 tons of metal is like a dream come true for us, you know? Since, we're at different levels here. He did a lot of cruises with a lot of bands and everything, but for us in Brazil, it's so distant, a dream so distant, you know? And now we're, as I was saying, the ants work, you know, we're feeling great because we don't. Somebody asked me if, hey, but what about the hours that you're gonna play and you know, maybe you could be on another spot, and I said no, we're doing the right thing because it's our first one. We're like here we're a fight for our territory. I wanna if we were being invited for the next one, it's really will depend only on us. You know, of doing a hard work right now, and it doesn't matter what the time is. Always for us is always the last show of our lives. Doesn't matter if for any kind of number of people or any kind of time, and so I was saying the time slot, you know.
Yeah.
So to be here and to showing to the world the work that we're doing, that's the biggest prize, you know.
Yeah.
And we will continue. That we have a song that's called "Scream for Me," and the chorus says exactly that is with Mr. Mike Portnoy. He say, "We can go on and on as long you ask for us to scream for me." You know.
Yeah. No, I'm hearing you. Gents, I'll make this my last question. It's a cool.
No worries.
In terms of what the future holds, nobody's got a crystal ball. I understand that, but based on where you've come from, the fact that you're here now, what do you hope the future holds? So that's the key word there, is hope.
Lots of shows.
Yeah, I was just gonna say touring. Just
touring.
keep going, keep touring, keep playing.
Like, are there any tours you want to put? Say, for example, I'll just name the band Metallica or Megadeth that you want to work with. Is there or tour
Are
with?
you kidding? Well,
The dream of
okay.
That's like
We have a
yes and yes.
walking
Yeah.
big festivals, you know, around the world, especially Europe. We need to focus in America with the CI here.
Yeah.
That's something that we're feeling that this is being you know what what I like about this whole shebang here is that we're doing the baby steps in a way that is normal. We're feeling like normal. We're not trying to pass like cut lines.
But you can maintain your momentum too. It's not the wheel isn't spinning so fast you might fall off. Sort of
Enrique
thing, you know,
has a saying that I find it like so perfect. We are not trying to be the turtle on top of the post. You know what that means?
No,
like,
tell me, is that a Brazilian saying?
yeah, because it's like, who put that there?
get that by himself. You know,
and we feel like we want to do our way normally, step by step, doing, because we learn so much on this step by step thing.
Yeah.
You know, we feel
like spreading the disease among the living.
Yes, exactly.
I will say this: the band has also done some monumental things. I mean, we've done Rock in Rio 3 times now.
Yeah.
For a band to do that once in a lifetime is a monumental achievement. Like I just said, doing it 3 is, you know, I have to give them credit where credit's due. They've done massive tours and
with the 4th on the way. Hope is
so you know it's
Well, we just did a DVD where we have the drum spinning upside down.
The Tommy Lee.
Yeah,
insane. I'm talking 30 feet.
Ours didn't break.
You get stuck up there upside down.
Yeah, imagine that.
So with all respect, love those guys, of course. But of course, inspired by them. But how many things you can say in the music industry? Just a small bunch of people did it, like the drumming. Spinning, you know.
Yeah.
So, and we're not the kind of band that you like super to do that. For us to do that was like an enormous sacrifice. It was hard. That's great. I enter on a zip line. You have lasers show. You know, we have this tour, this DVD, 2 DVDs with Mr. Mike Portnoy doing an amazing drum off with this fellow right here. Like, you know,
that's right. That's the one that's just been released for everybody watching.
Yeah, just been released. The whole box is coming. We have released just 2, but you have the entire the shows is on its way. So everything that I'm saying here is on its way. But the videos, we roll over a real car in a video. You know, we always trying to cut people's attention by the art craft. You know, not by trying to have a watermelon on our chest or something like that, but to doing art craft. You know, so you got people's attention and say, wow, that's interesting, and you go see, you know, and it's something that you can see all the time. You know, it's not. We just did we shot a video inside of a cave. This is very rare. It's so obvious because I thought that a bunch of bands did that, and it turns out no. So we went to Brazil in a super duper cave that is very hard to get into.
Devil's Cave.
Devil's
Caverns
Cave.
of the Devil.
Devil's Cave.
Yes.
Caverns of the Devil.
Oh wow! You got superstitious, are you guys?
Yeah, no, it was not. You just
Bats flying through
bats.
through me,
Yeah.
my leg,
wow.
the whole right by my face.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Please, guys, watch it on YouTube. It's insane. So
Yeah,
we we did a great video on the favela da Rocinha.
Okay.
That is one of the most difficult to get in Brazil. That's the Skid Rows, you know.
Yeah,
where
that's
they
right.
have the some Hollywood movies that went there.
Little Z.
But on the pop,
Little
exactly.
Z. It's Children of God, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
To Jews,
statue.
yes, and
It's right there.
Right there.
Uh-huh.
And
Right.
it's hard. In the favela da Rocinha, it's not a place commanded by police, if you know what I mean.
It's like internally police.
So-
not,
it's so-
not,
For us to be there,
not the state police.
for us to be there, it's a mind job.
So you had to get permission by the favela
You
bosses,
can't
I
imagine.
suppose.
You
Yeah.
remember
They're just they're just
everybody around us with
M16s.
rifles. Yes.
And they didn't have a problem with you going in there with video cameras and everything.
That's-
Oh, they were doing the security.
So they want it.
Every
the-
time, every
It was
time that
incredible.
we have to pull up the drone, they were like, they have to, hey, and you go, and you go,
Yeah,
and you go,
it was
and you go,
an experience.
and they go, okay then, and they go,
Scary,
and they go,
scary
and they go, okay,
Yeah.
drone, and they go, no, too loud, too loud, okay, down. So everything, so we do stuff that people doesn't even imagine what's behind that shit, you know. So it's insane. But we have fun doing that. We have this. We make having a video that's about to come out in Brazil from Cosmic Redemption, which gives the name of the album, and it was something for metal. And for even for Brazil, that's something very unique as well, because it's the one of the most CGI videos.
I use a lot of CGI.
Yeah, and it like like man, Disney kind of thing, you know, like Marvel kind of thing, you know. I would say DC, but DC.
When's it out? When's the video? So it's a title track from the album. So
It's the title track.
Yeah.
It's a whole.
it's coming out next.
And it's a super video because we have a super famous people in Brazil that was willing to do it. Everybody for free, just for because of they having fun of with the writing, and also. The part that is good also that the director that did the CGI, everything that I said to you, there's no money involved. Always when we present the idea, is they oh my God, I want to be part of it. So everything that you see when it comes out, you see that it was made with so much passion involved, not just our part, you know. So this is we'll have to, of course, to do subtitles and everything because it's super. We'll have a shorter version.
In Portuguese of the singing.
Because it's a short movie. It's
Gotcha.
about a meteor,
Yeah,
a meteor that will it's funny. It's a funny story, so fun. It's a meteor that will hit Earth, and then we have a president that is a comedian in Brazil. That he's the president. He's like that guy from. He's like the Jimmy Fallon from Brazil. He's actually.
And he's in the video.
Oh
wow.
Well, we did his show too.
Oh right, okay.
And he becomes a fan and say, of course I'll do it. And it's like having Jimmy Fallon on our. You know what I mean? It's huge. So and everybody's like having fun, you know. And no money involved. It is proof to people that it's not about money at all. It's about the idea. It's about something great.
It's exciting. People want to be involved in it. You guys are moving. With Australia, we say moving the needle. It means the tachometer. It means you're revving up. You're going faster.
Yeah.
That's what we mean by that. So
they listen to us. They hear us. They go, "This is a serious band." They like the music, and then they know they want to be part of something that's going to be pretty great.
So the next album, though, I mean, that's really the thing that's probably going to send you guys to where, we talk about you're on this level now, but the next one, that's going to be the hotly anticipated
He
thing.
said something funny today, and I have to share that to the audience. We have a song called Reset the Game, and it's super fast, like fast,
it's like 200 BPM or something.
And it's not like you have other bands that does it, but
it's just fast.
But it's fast,
It's fast as fast.
And he was saying that, I was like almost yachting, not yachting. How I say that?
Well, because it's like I hadn't played with the band I've been in the studio for months and months and months, and to come back and do this show, and it goes back to the vibe and the chemistry and stuff, and it was just like, we got this, okay, and we just ripped through it, and I just had so much fun playing it,
But he said, I have an idea for another one even faster.
Yes. That was what it goes back to. See that wall? I'm gonna go through it. I know there's a door right there, but I'm gonna go through the wall.
So next album then, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so there
you have to keep it. You have to. I never get complacent with where I am playing wise, songwriting. You always gotta beat yourself or just push yourself. Forget about beating yourself.
Well, you're innovating. Sorry to interrupt. I watched on the plane on the way over, watched the Blackberry movie. Have you guys seen that yet?
No. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you've seen it. And there's a very short clip. It's like a 3-second thing of Steve Jobs. And it's a big juxtaposition. And it's one of the turning points in the film where they have Steve Jobs saying, you don't effectively cut price your way or discount your way out of trouble. You innovate. Okay, so you don't keep on doing what you've already done. You keep on looking for new ways.
That's right.
To your point, you guys are doing that by bringing new people in.
Yeah.
This Disney partnership or this thing where you got all the CGI in there too. You probably wouldn't have done that a year ago. But this is what I'm talking about with the innovation. So people see that and it becomes exciting and they're like, this band's going somewhere.
Yeah.
Rather than those, with all due respect, the lyric videos. Remember they were a thing there for 5 years. It was just too much.
Man,
with a little fire beat all the way through it. It's like,
we have it and we respect that, but it's like a lazy thing, right?
It is.
Yeah.
To be
It's
honest,
a cheaper thing, actually. People
And these guys are such great cinematographers that like people don't realize, you look at a Noturnal video, it's all done by Noturnal. they have an incredible
There you go. And
film. They're cinematographers. These guys.
We have
It's
a
crazy.
crew that work with us. We work with wonderful directors and everything. But we really, that's something good about this band. We really have this, not much bands have this kind of, everything in this band, the artwork. We work with a guy called Carlos Fides, is a genius from Brazil.
Okay. Yeah.
But he's like our fifth member, you know? And because everything with us is like, the band is, we do everything ourselves. And that's very nice because we can deliver the message, the entire message. Not sometimes you have people in the way that don't quite understand what you're saying, what you want, and then you know.
Like when you're starting out, you just take whatever freebies basically you get when you're generally starting out. But at some point, you've got to then go, hang on a sec. We've got to be in charge of the entire vision here, from to your point, the artwork to the way the album sounds. To remember, I don't know whether they're singles. I know you do have singles, but the artwork that accompanies singles,
Of course.
and even the back of the single, if you remember those cardboard sleeves that they used to come in and stuff. And sometimes I was just plain black or something.
We did something cool in Brazil that we're trying to do it again. That we call the DLP. We call it because you have the entire vinyl artwork, but when you pull inside, you have a flash drive with everything that we.
Right. Okay.
You know, because it's not that. Of course, we have vinyls and everything is good, but sometimes you have trying to make even with that we try to innovate. You know, to change. We try to make. Vinyl is not for everybody in Brazil, for instance. You know, we are poor people, so poor country, sadly. But so we not like. We are a rich country, but you understand what I mean.
I get what you're saying. Yeah. Some people aren't. That's the favelas.
We don't have. No, it's in general. I mean, we're rich as arts with arts and with everything.
Sorry.
But sadly, we are
rich in culture and heritage.
We are.
1%.
We suffer. 1% is rich. So we suffer a lot. So we try to make everybody to have their hands on our work in a way that can. Because one of the great things in the 80s was like to really watch the fucking like being like you ride on that cover. You were the Iron Maiden looking for the little details and everything.
Oh, somewhere in time.
Look at all the Easter eggs.
Absolutely. The Easter eggs. That's it. There's so many of them.
So we have that in the vinyl, but you don't have a vinyl player, so we got you. We have, of course, we have somewhere to put a flash drive, so we got your back, you know, and it's not expensive. So we tried to do that, and it was being a success as well there. And we're trying to do another right now. So everything that we put ourselves into, we just make a book. So where that's not innovation at all, but at least we have.
Well, it is in a way. Which bands are doing that?
I was just going to say, not many people are doing an 80-page huge color booklet.
Like a coffee table book.
Is it
similar
comes
to what
with the box set. It looks amazing.
When I got you and we bumped into each other later,
Oh, you've got a copy here. I'd love to look at it. So
of course. I give one to you.
Oh, really? Oh, that's very generous. Yeah, wow.
And there you can see everything that we're saying here. You can see that.
Everything we say, perfect.
Yeah.
The pictures are there to show you all the stuff. Everything. It's a beautiful book.
And this is not it's not making us rich at all. You know, everything that we mix with this band, we put right.
But there's going to be a payoff at some point. That's why you do it.
We learned that from whom? Iron Maiden. Metallica. How many pictures do you have from Metallica sleeping over the speakers? You know, right? The Iron Maiden playing at weddings. You see them all. You know, so that again, and Antwerp. I don't know if I'm saying right. It's Antwerp.
No, well, it's baby steps. It's like Rush did. I just read something. The Moving Pictures album, which is oh my god, one of the greatest albums of creation of music, and they took the money that they made from that just to buy and spent it all. I just read on a small tour vehicle that had a kitchen, and but nothing you would think of like today, and a big bus, and it's like that's what you do. You just siphon it right back.
You reinvest.
And it was so great to see that they did that. It's like, well, there you go. That's what you do.
Yeah, the greats do that, don't they?
Yes, that's what I think. Oh, I have the goosebumps because it's like there's no rainbow in the end of
It gets there.
you know, there's no rainbow in the end of easy way.
But you've got to have vision to do what you guys are describing. You've clearly got that, but a lot of bands don't. A lot of individuals don't have. They want the immediate payoff.
Yeah.
Well, I'm doing this, so I better make sure I'm being paid now. This sort of shit, and it's
Sometimes you have to
I
invest in
understand
yourself.
it because money is you have to eat, right? But we found a way like to we have other jobs with the Noturnal that help us a lot, or with the bands like the studios and stuff.
Yeah.
That because we do some work that, as he just said it, like somebody comes to him and say, hey, I want an Adrenaline Mob record like that. I want my band. So it's a motor. So so you find other ways to when it's while the band is not making any money, you try to find a way to do money with other things. As long as with music, you know, that's something that's really important because it keeps you connected. You know, Henrique has a vans. Is it vans in English?
A van company.
A van company and works just for music as well.
Oh,
you know,
right.
like what it helps a lot of artists do a lot of prices that when you go to the market they go like no they put big prices on you, but he's a musician, so if the band is like he see that they're struggling, he helps. So this is something that we all into in a helping game. Helping people
it's
to
that community cohesion aspect of it,
exactly.
and, you know, paying it forward, so to speak, and then it gets
of course
armor.
we need the money,
there
of
you
course,
go.
but nothing ferocious, you know, like making and it's funny because sometimes we get this from Brazil. Sometimes people think that we're rich because we're doing so much stuff. They can't even imagine that the much of effort and the spending, the energy that we're spending is much.
They don't have the insight though, do they?
And you hear a lot like, oh, if I had this money, I would be doing even better.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead and do it then. If you think you can do better, go ahead. You know?
Exactly. But it's just to make it clear, nobody here is rich or have parents putting whatever.
Yeah, nobody's bankrolling you.
Everything is fruit from our work, you know, and work with music. People, I think that's what's most important thing.
Well, I firmly believe that we're all children of the Creator of God, and from that perspective, we're all put here to do something. And you guys have found what you're meant to do with your lives right here, and that's why it's happening. Because you're blessed. God's blessed you, and He's saying, "Here you go."
100%.
Yeah, the art in the beginning was made for the gods. You know, like they built something. Like when you go to Europe, you see those huge things. Like, oh, why did he do this? But it's just like it's for the gods. Like it's just. I'm starting. My son's gonna keep it. My grandson is gonna end it.
Well, when you look at what are the only things that are still left from say 2,000 and 3,000 years ago, they're effectively works of art, whether it be the pyramids or what have you. They've all got style and substance.
I was dying to say pyramids.
Yeah, there you go.
Conspiracy shit.
We love all that stuff.
We all know who built the pyramids.
That one. Yeah, I know. It's that one. Or if you get into some plant medicine like ayahuasca and the like, you know, being Brazilian, you know, you probably know all of that one.
Of course.
If you haven't taken it, but you're aware of it.
No, I have my neighbor is like has a bunch of trees that he does the ayahuasca. Not trees, the plants, right?
Yeah, sure. The vine.
That does the ayahuasca rituals all the time. I never took it, but I know that it's serious. And you must know that this is something as well. Not getting back to the conspiracy thing, but even with the ayahuasca thing, it did a huge how they make that. They made a research on that, and they find that it's very, very close to the impossible for them to find those mixtures by themselves, because it's the mixture is very unique.
Yeah, well, who would think you put how many tens of thousands of species are there in the Amazon?
Yeah.
Some shaman, some priest went, I'm going to put this with this.
Oh, they just found out cities.
In Amazon.
Because
pyramids.
Lido.
Yeah, because they used to build the houses with bamboos and things that don't last.
Well, there's strong. I was listening to Joe Rogan talking to, was it Brian Hancock or somebody who was talking?
Oh, so you know.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, he was saying.
These guys. Hancock is, man, that onto something. That guy is.
Yeah, well, he's telling the truth.
Yes,
he's being
Very
demonized
clever,
as telling
very
the truth. That's the problem now. It's big tech and all this. That's why I think it's so important, especially if you've got this awareness. Music is the way you cut through the lies.
Yeah.
It's always been the way, because it can be a little bit subtle.
Yeah.
What people is getting, even with this kind of pyramid thing they did with sound. Okay, everybody knows that they lift that shit with sound. One day we have the proof, but that's just make us know, and we are discovering that more and more that everything is about vibration. Tesla said that, right? In music is just the vacuum vibrations in the vacuum.
And you know how you can prove that? There's a very simple way to prove what you're saying, to move from theory to actual practice. When you're down, when you're not feeling that crash shot, go and listen to your favourite song. How do you feel afterwards?
Yeah, that's true.
Changes your feelings, because it's a vibrational shift. You step into a vibrational shift. Like, we all love Master of Puppets, right? Back in the day, or Ride the Lightning.
God,
You
Ride the
listen to
Lightning
that.
is my favorite.
Yeah, you listen. You know what I mean. When you're a kid, when you're 16, you listen to that.
You turn Fight Fire with Fire.
Yeah, and you're like, oh my god.
I love Call of Cthulhu. The beats, sounds good.
And then you compare it to, say, Samantha or some garbage like that. Yeah, no.
I'm still on Trapped Under Ice.
Trapped Under Ice, I love the
It's
song.
a great song. They tried to design it though.
Well, I don't. Why?
Because it was like Paranoid. It was written in 3 minutes
That's
or
what I
something.
heard.
Or 3 minutes.
So
My
they
favorite
had-
song on the album.
They kept Kill 'Em All, then they had some of the second albums really like night sound like
I love it.
like not depressed, but
Yeah.
it's like it's a deep album.
Yeah,
you know,
Fade to
like-
Black that tells it all, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's the Fade to Black thing was eerie because of what happened to Cliff Burton.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
It was really odd. You listen to that, and it's like, my God, it's almost stepping into the way James
And-
Hetfield felt.
And that story that they changed seats at the last time on a stick.
Kirk Hammett.
Kirk and him.
They
right?
drew a card, drew the
card.
ace of spades. According to law, legend, Cliff drew the ace of spades and went, "Thank you, I'll take that bunk." It's a horrible. Yeah, the whole thing is just bloody awful. And then there's the theory that I'm just saying alleged, the bus driver was drinking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that.
another one because James is really. That's why James became really cross, is because he blamed and talking about ice, trapped under ice, and all these weird. He reckons that he spun out of black ice. I know all these little sort of things that happened and were mentioned before in song titles and the lyrics and the like. And then Cliff Burton, I mean, God bless his soul. He's gone on to become legend. We know that. We all love him and stuff.
What a
But
player.
it'd be better if he was here. Let's face it. Oh, there you go. Well, yeah.
They're fighting even here.
But I've got to say,
Metallica.
I'm no longer. I don't listen to either anymore, and there's good. I've got my own reasons for that. But see, without Dave Mustaine, Metallica wouldn't be Metallica.
I agree.
Crazy?
100%.
But hey,
Yeah.
awesome
I
that
love
everything
this thing.
went that way, so we wouldn't have Megadeth. Come on.
Even a Slayer, because he thought
Kerry King.
Yeah.
Dave Mustaine is at the centre of everything.
Almost, Dave almost hired
Yeah.
Dime, right? But he
He
wouldn't.
did. The only reason he didn't is because Dime turned up and said, "Right, I'll just get my brother." And he goes, "I'm not having your brother in the band." And then that's what happened.
Yeah.
According to some people who reckon that they were there, and Dave doesn't deny.
Imagine
that's what
the world
occurred.
without Pantera.
It'd be very strange. Yeah. Oh, it's Sepultura, Pantera. Got it all going on over there.
Yeah,
All
he's
covers.
total metalhead.
all covered.
I might be, if I was going to do that, it'd be Morbid Angel, I think, an obituary or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever makes you click.
That's it. Whatever it
Yeah.
is, it doesn't
Bob
matter.
Marley, Morbid Angel.
They're both great. They're both icons.
We all, it's what you live by, man.
Music,
Vibration.
Exactly.
it is vibration, isn't it?
Tesla was right since the beginning.
Yeah, and he was thrown under a bus many times, wasn't he, through Edison
Of
and
course.
the like, and
Yes,
because he
that's
was
life.
Yeah.
I feel like Tesla so many times in
Yeah.
one day. Imagine the entire month. That guy was on to a lot of things.
Radio control, Wi-Fi. He had the genesis of the whole thing. All of it. He understood it was frequency. It was radio waves. To your point about vibrations and moving things, the stones for the pyramids and what have you.
He was.
If he was born 100 years before, he would be killed from the church.
Yeah, that's true.
Probably.
He'd probably be killed
maybe
now.
he'll be killed now.
That's the thing. It happens now.
We have something that. Why we have that in the world? True human spirit will never be developed, and this thing is called money. I don't know. Hey, don't get me wrong. I'm not a communist. Hey, wait. I'm not saying about the about nothing.
You are. You just don't know.
Yeah. No. I'm just saying that money brings the worst in people. You know.
I think you go a bit further. It's more power, don't you think? Because money is just the physical manifestation of power.
I totally get that, but we have to find a way to live that is with not so much money involved, or at least because we are in 2024 and we still have so many people in hunger and kids that they have nothing to eat, especially in Brazil. You know, you have all of those people like in Africa, of course in the entire world, but it's just something that something must be done, because a lot of people has a few people has so much and a lot of people has nothing. You know, and this is something that, of course, you got sound like a communist, but that's not just saying that about the human aspect of this. You know, like why is it so hard to eat? To have something to eat, to live. If you don't work like maniac, you can't afford to your family. So this is just wrong, you know. We talk about that on the Reset the Game song. And interesting.
I'll check out the lyrics. The lyrics are available online.
So it's like maybe people, the real change that we have to do in life, it starts to realize that we have the power, not them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But people got to exercise.
But they maintain you focused. But they maintain you focused on something that you can't, like, I don't know, you work too hard so you can get up against them, you know?
Yeah.
This kind of thing. Well, I'm talking about the whole humanity, not parties and sides, politician sides.
But that's great you got such broad interest, because that means that your lyric writing is very insightful.
Yes, Cosmic Redemption is all about that.
Okay.
About we have a bunch of the things that we kind of don't want to talk on a table, that people will say, oh, there comes the guy with the crazy talk. No, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, because that we have to talk about it. We tried not to talk about it. Look where we are right now. So we have to talk. And music is the perfect thing to talk about it, I think. Yeah. So you use our channel.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, there you go, gents. Fantastic chat. Thank you, all of you, for giving me your time. I really appreciate it. Well, there you have it, a chat featuring the members of Brazilian outfit Noturnal. What a great bunch of guys. There are many more conversations that were conducted aboard 70,000 Tons of Metal, and you can find them either here on YouTube or Spotify or whatever the podcast app is that you're listening via. But for ease of navigation, go across to scarsandguitars.com, because I've set up a tab. It's in the top of the website, 70,000 Tons, and conversations with the members of Angra, Blood Red Throne, Inhuman Condition, My Dying Bride, Scar Symmetry, Sodom, The Halo Effect, Tigers of Pantang, and Unleashed. They all await. All right, that's it for now. My name's Andrew Mackay-Smith, and I'm the host of the Scars and Guitars podcast. Have a good one.